As Israel seems to be gaining an edge against Iran, more bad news could be loading for the Islamic regime in Tehran. It is getting more and more likely that the U.S. could get involved. U.S. President Donald Trump's recent remarks indicate a shift from earlier stance. On June 17, he demanded the unconditional surrender of the Iranian regime and warned of overwhelming force. The next day, about whether the United States would directly intervene, he stated, "I may do it, I may not do it. Nobody knows what I'm going to do." Further, he said, "It's very late for talks." Several maneuvers by the U.S. military also suggest that it may join the IDF. Nimitz CSG transited the Strait of Malacca and will enter the U.S. CENTCOM area of responsibility in the next few days. Vinson CSG is already in the area. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes how Vinson and Nimitz CSG could swiftly end Iranian combat potential. Before we proceed, a word on NordVPN, which is one of the most trusted and fastest VPN brand that has a no-log policy validated by Deloitte. NordVPN provides a 256-bit encrypted tunnel that protects your privacy and also enables you to access contents that are blocked based on geolocation. Its threat protection system helps you avoid phishing, scams, and malware. NordVPN application is available for all the major platforms as well as browsers. Get an exclusive NordVPN deal with massive saving by going to nordvpn.com/defense or clicking the link in the description. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. The targeted assassination, airstrike, and hits from inside have severely affected Iran's military and political leadership. Almost everyone who worked with Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei is dead, and it will be hard for him to bring himself to trust those who remain. With each loss, the circle tightens. What was once a network of loyal confidants has thinned to a handful of survivors. The pressure is mounting. While Iran is still launching missiles at Israel, it doesn't have control over its own skies. The aging Iranian Air Force has been no match to the well-equipped Israeli Air Force. The ballistic missile reserve is also depleting because of usage as well as due to its storage site being targeted by IAF. The hits on missile launchers are adding to the tactical constraints. Israel has its own problems. The interceptors in its multi-layered air defense setup will run out if the conflict drags on. Further, as evident, several Iranian missiles have managed to penetrate the defenses. The other issue Israel is that its warplanes have to cover so much distance before they can strike Iran. While they are surely being helped by American aerial refueling, continuing this operation for an extended period of time would be difficult. Aircraft need maintenance and pilots need rest. In this mercurial situation, even a limited American intervention can change the dynamics and completely shift the balance in favor of Israel. This can come with dual-carrier operation by Nimitz and Vinson CSG. The USS Nimitz CVN-68 is one of the most iconic and formidable warships in the history of the United States Navy. It is the lead ship of the Nimitz-class nuclear-powered aircraft carriers. The USS Nimitz is an engineering marvel. It measures approximately 1,092 feet, 333 meters, in length and has a displacement of over 100,000 tons when fully loaded. Powered by 2 nuclear reactors, the ship can operate for over 20 years without refueling, giving it unmatched operational range and flexibility. The nuclear propulsion system also allows the ship to maintain a top speed of over 34 miles per hour, around 56 kilometers per hour, which is exceptional for a vessel of its size. The Nimitz is essentially a floating airbase, capable of launching and recovering aircraft around the clock under combat conditions. The carrier's flight deck spans more than 4 acres, providing space to operate up to 90 aircraft, including FA-18 Super Hornets, E-2D Hawkeyes, EA-18G Growlers, and various helicopters like MH-60R Seahawk. Nimitz is sailing with at least 3 Arleigh Burke-class destroyers in this mission: USS Curtis Wilbur, DDG-54, USS Gridley, DDG-101, and USS Lena Sutcliffe Higbee, DDG-123. The Burkes, each with 96 Mark 41 vertical launching system, would provide precision strike capabilities with weapons like Tomahawk and are also capable of air defense with standard series missiles like SM-2, SM-3, and SM-6. USS Carl Vinson is the third United States Navy Nimitz-class supercarrier. It has been deployed in Operation Desert Strike, Operation Iraqi Freedom, Operation Southern Watch, and Operation Enduring Freedom. The Carl Vinson has similar warfighting capabilities, but there is a difference. Unlike Nimitz, Vinson has F-35C. What makes the F-35C unique is that it is currently the only operational fifth-generation stealthy carrier-based fighter. Its external structure is designed to deflect signals away from the emitting radar, and it also has a coating of RAM, radar-absorbing material. Classified techniques have also been used to reduce the heat signature of F-35. This thermal profile management of the jet makes it difficult for infrared IR homing missiles to target it. The supercarrier is flanked by the Ticonderoga-class guided missile cruiser, USS Princeton, CG-59, and Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyers, USS Sterett, DDG-104, as well as USS William P. Lawrence, DDG-110. Additional escorts include the Sullivans, DDG-68, Arleigh Burke, DDG-51, and Thomas Hudner, DDG-116. On June 13, 2025, Israel launched the first airstrike of Operation Rising Lion, marking a significant escalation in its conflict with Iran. The strike was coordinated in the pre-dawn hours, with Israel's Air Force dispatching more than 200 aircraft in a meticulously planned offensive. Consecutive attacks were undertaken with a much smaller group of aircraft. The long-distance increases turnaround times. This is where American CSGs can come into play and have a big impact. 2 U.S. supercarriers can cumulatively launch a strike package of about 100 aircraft. But unlike the Israeli package, they can put continuous pressure on Iran, operating from the Arabian Sea. Nimitz-class supercarriers can generate 120 to 150 sorties per day under high-tempo combat operations and sustain 90 to 120 sorties per day for several consecutive days. Add to this, the CSGs could use long-range Tomahawk missiles to take out high-value assets. While the CSGs could come under attack, the defensive umbrella is pretty strong. A week-long offensive by 2 CSGs could be enough to break the Iranian forces, which are already in a precarious position.